The highest value men in the world have one thing in common. They don't react. Not to insults, not to chaos, not to bait. Because the moment you react emotionally, you've already lost. You've surrendered control, not just of the situation, but of yourself. That's why the Stoics lived by the zero reaction rule. It's not about suppressing emotion, it's about mastering your response. Marcus Aurelius didn't teach indifference, he taught dominion. Over the mind, over impulse, over the urge to prove something every time you're challenged. Because the man who reacts is owned by the world, but the man who doesn't, he's the one shaping it. Think of the last time someone disrespected you. Did you lash out? Did you get defensive? Did you stew over it for hours afterward? That's the cost of reaction. You burn energy on what doesn't matter, and the person who triggered you now owns a piece of your mental real estate. The Stoic doesn't give that away. He sees the bait and lets it rot. He reads the insult and lets it echo into silence. Because he knows the loudest reaction is often a cry for approval, and he doesn't need to be understood by people who don't understand themselves. The zero reaction rule isn't about being passive, it's about strategic silence. It's the ability to feel emotion without letting emotion drive. High-value men don't walk around cold, they walk around composed, because they've trained their nervous system not to flinch at every push. How? First, they delay response. Not forever, just long enough to make sure it's a choice, not a reflex. Someone insults them, and instead of snapping back, they pause. They observe. They own the moment. Because in that pause lies power. Second, they reframe insult as information. What does this person gain by provoking you? What are they projecting? What insecurity are they trying to transfer? The Stoic doesn't just hear the insult, he studies the motive. And when you can do that, their words shrink from threats to data points. Third, they prepare responses in advance, not scripts, standards. A Stoic man knows how he responds to disrespect, to gossip, to manipulation. He doesn't decide in the heat of the moment, he's already decided. That's how he stays consistent, no matter who's watching. The world wants to see you react, because when you react, you become predictable. But when you don't, you become unshakable. If you're tired of snapping, overthinking, or letting people live rent-free in your mind, then it's time to stop managing chaos and start mastering presence. High-value men aren't calm by accident. They're calm because they train for it, every day, every moment, especially when it's uncomfortable. That's what this channel is here for. Not entertainment, not surface-level positivity, mental armor, tools that turn reactions into responses, triggers into tests, weakness into watchfulness. If you want more of that, subscribe, right now. Here, we study the Stoics like blueprints. We break down how to stay centered in disrespect, how to keep your edge without losing your calm, and how to use stillness as a weapon. Because silence isn't retreat, it's control. And when you stop reacting, you start leading. Every week, you'll get new content that sharpens your awareness, clarifies your values, and strengthens your emotional discipline. Not for likes, not for ego, but so that the next time the world tries to provoke you, all it hears is silence, and all it sees is power. Subscribe now, and step into the kind of discipline most men never even touch. The Stoic man prepares for chaos before it shows up. He doesn't wait to be tested to build his strength. He builds it in silence, daily, through simple but brutal habits, like holding the pause before speaking, like walking away instead of explaining himself, like choosing stillness when pride screams for revenge. When his partner raises their voice, he doesn't match the volume, he matches it with presence. When someone online throws a jab, he doesn't respond with words, he responds with indifference. And when life throws setbacks at him, he doesn't panic. He recalibrates, quietly, ruthlessly. This is what makes him dangerous. Not his rage, his restraint. People sense it. They know they can't shake him, that he won't flinch or fold, that he's too rooted to chase validation or act out of impulse. That kind of presence makes noise without saying a word, Because the truth is, when you stop reacting, you stop being manipulated, you stop wasting energy on nonsense, you stop proving yourself to people who don't even know themselves. And instead, you start commanding the only battlefield that truly matters, your mind. The world will keep testing you, with insults, with setbacks, with people who confuse chaos for strength. But your response, or lack of it, defines you, not for others, for you. Every time you stay grounded, every time you choose clarity over reaction, you send a signal to yourself. I am in control. That's what separates a man who's respected from one who's forgotten. It's not louder words, it's stronger silence. Not silence from fear, but from power. Because nothing rattles a man who doesn't need to prove anything. Nothing disarms chaos like calm. This is the zero reaction rule. It's not a tactic, it's a way of being. You don't just practice it in public, you live it in private, with your thoughts, with your triggers, with the parts of yourself that still want to scream back. And over time, you become the one they can't provoke, the one they can't predict, the one they quietly respect. So now ask yourself, the next time someone tries to shake you, will they meet the noise they expect, or the silence they fear?